So first off, E3. I didn't even watch the first 2 days because y'all suckered me. I was going to watch E3 and you suckered me into having to watch Twitter to see what went viral, what went trending. So I didn't have to watch it, but I was going to most definitely watch the CrapCom part. And I did. Today, 3 days in this E3 crap, the worst day actually. I actually saw things the first and second day that I was actually excited for. And it's like y'all saved the worst for last. I do believe, before we get into this, like I said in previous videos, they are being hit with people saying that they've been stealing stuff. What are the odds that they already told us that Resident Evil Village was going to be a topic and give us nothing? They literally just sucked themselves off once again, talking about how many, we sold so many. It was just in May and everybody loves it and by popular demand. Like, all right, so let's get one thing straight. There was no popular demand for DLC. There's popular demand for you to stop making games the way you're making them. There's popular demand for you to shut up and stop talking about how much money you're making off this crap. Give that money that you are wasting on all this crap to the LGBT community. It is Pride Month. Freaking do it. Open your wallets and give some money to the LGBT community. You guys are literally pathetic. Taking money and wasting it for literally no reason into these games. We don't want your DLC. We don't want you. And also, like I told you, like I said already, I spent $74.88 for what? A herb drink. Gulp, gulp, gulp. It's gone. Can't use it again. To these dangling things that go on your gun that really doesn't matter. No one's going to see it. Like, it's one thing to have it in Apex or literally, I have no idea, but Fortnite, if they've got those types of things. I just know a real gamers game, Apex Legends. The charms, it's one thing for, even then, you don't even see it. You just know it's there. You see it when you're shooting, but no one else, like, no one's going to be looking for it. At least you have the option to take somebody else's and be like, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is cool. Oh, like, but we're playing single player. What's the point of those things? What was the point of those dangling things that don't even look like they fit into the environment? Why even have RE Village in here? We got no new information. REverse still isn't here. DLC title not even confirmed. Like, people are getting upset. And I was telling you, as much money as I spent on Deluxe Edition, I better well be getting the DLC for free. Don't be pulling that remind me why I should still care Kingdom Hearts style. Don't say, oh, even though you paid $60 plus some tax for Kingdom Hearts 3 and you waited 13 plus years for the game, we are also going to give you we're not going to give it to you. We are going to sell you the DLC for $39.99. I got the deluxe edition for Kingdom Hearts. What was the point of getting deluxe edition if it wasn't going to bypass buying DLC? I didn't get nothing. I couldn't even use that passcode to get the Xbox Keyblade for Sora. I never even finished the game. But we're not here to talk about Kingdom Hearts. We're here to talk about Resident Evil. And what are y'all doing, honestly? They literally just had us sitting there waiting for nothing. I was literally sitting here like, okay. So what's next? Okay. Like, I don't care about Monster Hunter. It's Final Fantasy for children. Honestly. I don't care about it. And a lot of people expected a remake confirmation for Resident Evil 4. And I'm just sitting here like, why, you guys? Literally, why? Go on your game system, go on your PC, go literally on your toaster and play Resident Evil 4, because I'm sure they have a version where you can put it in your toaster and play. They have revitalized, re-updated, remastered that game about 6 times. So why do we need a remake of Resident Evil 4? It wasn't that great. It wasn't good at all to me under any circumstance. I am biased to that, but I'm definitely going to admit that it wasn't so great that it needs a remake. It still holds up. I just saw DC Douglas on his channel playing that stupid game, and it's regular. It's not pixelated. It doesn't look gross. It doesn't look disgusting. The voice actors actually feel like they're bringing it to the table. Code Veronica doesn't hold up. I am sorry. I love that game to death. When I was playing it, I'm just sitting here like, oh my goodness, it looks disgusting. It looks putrid. It doesn't look half as bad as Minecraft or something horrible and disgusting that's supposed to look that way. But it most definitely is terrible. It's awful. It's horrid. They need a remake. They need to remake Code Veronica. They need to remake Code Veronica. I don't care how much you guys like this game. I really don't. And they shouldn't either, because they already cared about 10 years ago. They already cared this entire time. How about you guys get a brain cell up in your skull? You need to get some water, honestly. You dehydrated. Resident Evil Code Veronica needs a remake, because not only does the story impact the main installments directly, yes, it does. And if you don't think so, I suggest you play the game or watch me play the game, because I have mine on here. Go look it up. Have fun with that. Not only does the story impact the main installments more than any spin-off, more than any prequel, I'm looking at you, Resident Evil 0, or even 7 and 8. Yeah, that whole Mother Miranda crap just came out their booty sack. Okay? Just came out their booty sack. Their booty crack. Their anus. They took it out nice and slow, and they just flopped it there and then said, enjoy. That's what 7 and 8 is, just to let you guys know. But it happens chronologically closer to Resident Evil 3 in the timeline than Resident Evil 4 does. Resident Evil 4 is a whole freaking 6 years later from what happened in Raccoon City. It's 6 years or so. But Code Veronica literally happens months. Months. I don't know if you guys know this, but years are longer than months. They're longer than months. It's just okay, look at your fingers and then look at your toes. Which one's longer? Your finger years or your toe months? And that's easy peasy lemon squeezy to figure out. So I really don't understand why they gave Resident Evil 4 that even title, honestly. It's disgusting. And then gonna add stuff that, how are we supposed to know this if we didn't play Dark Side Chronicles? Get out of here. Sidebar. I'm gonna make separate videos for individual reviews of Resident Evil games, okay? I already have one on my channel. Link is in the description of my Resident Evil playlist. I've ranked the games. I've ranked 0 to 7. I talked a little bit about the side games, but I'm basically just looking at those. I'm going to be going in chronological order with these things. I will be going from 0 to 7. I will also be talking about Revelations. I won't be talking about Revelations 2 because I've already made a review of Revelations 2. When I'm done with every single one of these Resident Evil reviews, I will be making a separate playlist for the Resident Evil reviews, so they're easier to find, because I'm going to have a lot of Resident Evil content under this Resident Evil playlist, honestly. But I've already done Resident Evil 8, so I will not be redoing that, but I may be doing a video talking about aspects that are just what are y'all doing? I will be doing another video on Resident Evil 8, but it will not be a review. I've already done a pre-play and post-play review video of Resident Evil 8. I think I'm done. I think I've said all I need to say. But I will be doing 7 individually. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I will be doing all of those, which means I have to play 3 because I've never played 3 before. I'm not going to be making a review on something I haven't even attempted to play, at least. But that was just a side note. I will be starting Resident Evil 0 streaming soon. So watch my Twitch. Link is on my channel. I will be playing the Resident Evil 0 remastered on Xbox One. But back to reality. Resident Evil Code Veronica hits all the good spots without having any obvious continuity errors or character flaws in Chris or Claire. But honestly, Claire is very debatable. I've actually talked about how they make her out to be some wailing widow. They were married for 80 years and she's just now leaving his side when Steve Burnside dies, when he's just some snot-nosed kid. It's just yeah, I'd be sad if someone that I just went through this stuff died, but it's just I don't know. I guess I understand. It's hard to against Chris's stoic demeanor, but the stoicism of Chris really is just basically the voice actor being very, I don't know, they just didn't choose the right. I'm pretty sure he did a better take. All the voice acting's insane, but guess what? That's why it needs a remake. Resident Evil 4 is fine. Every aspect of it is fine, literally. Everyone loves it. They're just money hungry because they have to pay the lawyers to fight all these allegations pushing their way. So guess what? They will be making 50 DLCs. They'll be making a DLC per Lord, I hypothesize. I hypothesize that. So I'm pretty sure the first one will be Lady D. The next one will be, of course, Beneviento. The next one will be Moreau. And the last one will be Heisenberg. Each one will be released probably in each season following the next one so they can get as much money as possible. But that's just my theory. But I digress. Claire, I'm fine with how they treated her in Resident Evil Code Veronica, but guess what? You can change that by doing a remake, like I said. Rebecca in 0 to 1, from what I can remember after playing that game so long ago, they make her into like a loser into one. Like the least they could have done was like did something to her to make her be a dipsy, like something that would explain her dipsiness or her helplessness. I don't know. I have no idea. She's a medic, so it can't be something that has to do with her being harmed, because she would just heal herself. And I know it's like you can limp and it's just, I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to stuff like that, I don't know. But yeah, E3 was very disappointing. Overall, there's not even really games I'm interested in getting right now. As of right now, a lot of people are talking about Resident Evil Revelations 3 coming out, which, why are they like, I know why. I'm just asking why, because it's like, okay, can we stop? The why is they need this money to fight in court. They just crapped out a game. They crapped out Verse for free, but like, how much do you want to bet that there's going to be in-game things that they think people are going to buy? They think the new little baby Resident Evil fans are going to buy these things with their mom's credit card, and probably it's going to work. Probably, honestly. Why wouldn't it work? It's working for Apex Legends, and I'm telling you right now, Apex Legends is getting on my last nerve with these micro. Honestly, like I'm just going to keep buying the pass until they take away my coins and I can't buy the pass with the last pass. I'm just going to stop right there. And I'm basically not going to buy anything after I get Revenant's Scythe, because he's my main. I'm literally going to not buy a single thing. Like, I just need that Scythe and I'm done. But they just put Resident Evil Village in the title to get people in, and it worked because I was in there. I was in there watching. Every Resident Evil fan was in there watching, I'm sure. But, nothing doing. Like, wasted my time. I wanted to make a video. I wanted to actually have something to talk about, but I really didn't, honestly. I had more content than they did. But, of course, like I said, they're dealing with this legal thing. What do we expect? People better not be mad at the people who are suing. I don't care if it's real, fake, real. Courts are supposed to be where we judge and prosecute these issues. So let it get there. Stop making it seem like everyone could be lying when Capcom's not beneath stealing and lying and switching Chris's around. If they're going to switch Chris's face around when they know good and well there's literally a reference point. The world was not nuked, and then we had to start back from Stone Age, and we just didn't know what Chris Redfield looked like. They're playing games at this point, especially with his voice now, making him sound like Carlos. Y'all gotta be out of your mind. It's just as jarring as if you would get Alyson Court to play Jill Valentine. I'd be like, what are you guys doing? Unless she could do it. Like I said, an example of someone who can do it is man who plays SpongeBob can play Ice King, and you know good and well those are two different characters. Despite them being in two different shows, they are two different characters that sound different. You can't argue that. That guy can be a nice guy. He can do whatever. He just was not right for Chris's role, and I hope they don't bring him back. Like, They can try someone else. I'm sure he was like, I'll work for free. Like, the only way I would imagine he got the job, if not just them closing their eyes and touching the first person in front of them, was he said he'd work for free. But that dude that played Heisenberg, like, and another thing with Heisenberg is that voice actor dude, he's good. I just didn't like the way he portrayed Heisenberg. I didn't like it. I felt like there was something missing. I felt like he should have emulated, I think he should play Resident Evil 7 or like get the vibe of Resident Evil 7. Because nothing, if Ethan and all that, if Ethan's family was not in Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil 7 would mean nothing to 8. It's like mold spores and and all that. But guess what? You made it connect to all of them adding Spencer. You made that happen. That was your choice, Capcom. That wasn't our choice. So don't be mad at us when we're like, okay, now that you're playing games, we're going to pull out the big lore book and say, okay, look at this. Okay, look at that. This isn't good. You see why this isn't good? Don't be mad at us when the real Resident Evil fans pull up and say, we call you on your bullcrap. But I'm done. There was really nothing to say. Like I said, I had way more content than E3 did for Resident Evil. They just put it in there and they said, oh, in progress. Like, wasn't that what was true yesterday? Wasn't that what was true? Like, we were supposed to get something. Like, as far as I knew yesterday, before I went and laid my head on the pillow and went to sleep, Verse was in the bag to be arriving past tomorrow. So it may not be today, may not be tomorrow. It's just past tomorrow in the future. Which, by the way, no one wants Verse. I don't want Verse. You don't want Verse. No one wants Verse. What I would want, and this is the worst game literally y'all have ever created. Operation Raccoon City was the worst game, had the worst story, had the worst plot. But guess what? The mechanics and the multiplayer was the greatest you guys have ever done, because it was 4-player. You could play online. You could play. It literally was really cool. I liked that aspect and that aspect alone. But I digress. We got no new information. If you got fooled into watching it today, please leave a like or comment that you did, because I just feel like, wow, I just got fooled. I got bamboozled. Like, that's pretty interesting. But that's it. Happy Pride Month.